Baltimore Ravens off to Buffalo this week for the divisional round of the playoffs. Simple formula, hard to stop.
Now they snap it here on a direct snap to Henry. Off to the races he goes, stiff-arming his way to the 11-yard line.
They get the Bills again, who have won 11 of their last 12 meaningful games.
So now he's got to throw it deep to the end zone. And was that caught? Yes! Ty Johnson scrapes it off the ground, above the ground for the touchdown.
Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Chapter 5 overall. This is the rubber match. Two of the primo players going. Both had MVP caliber years. Both come in off MVP caliber showings. Lamar comes in full-blown dual threat mode.
And when he has that time and can't find anybody, this is what he does.
Allen does too. 45-plus rush yards, 270-plus pass yards last week, 2 TDs, a 135 rate versus Denver, 100-plus rate games, 5 of his last 6.
Here's the 3rd and 3. Legs all the way. It's going to be Josh Allen, and they get 1st and goal at the 5.
Now, it has been a while, but Buffalo only took 3 meaningful losses all year. The Rams, the Texans, and the Ravens. Back in Week 4, it was Baltimore domination. Derrick Henry, 199 yards, 8.3 a run, a long touchdown run.
He might, he could, 20, 10, 5, he will go all the way! Touchdown, Ravens!
Buffalo better have come up with a way to slow him down because he hasn't slowed down. Henry leading the way over Pittsburgh in their wild card win, 2 TD runs, 186 yards, 7.2 a carry.
Meanwhile, there goes Henry. There goes Henry all the way for the touchdown.
The King on a 4-game bender of 130-plus yard games. They are now 11-0 in contests he goes for 90-plus in.
Henry, first down and more inside the 10.
Here's the thing about that game, though. Bills starting linebackers Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard, plus starting nickel cornerback Taron Johnson, all missed that game. Buffalo didn't face even a Prince versus Denver, let alone a King. Javonte Williams, 4.1 a carry, just 29 yards, but they let Nix get away for some big runs.
Standing still in the pocket for a while, now takes off. He can do this.
And if they struggled with Bro, then how do they corral Jackson? Lamar, 54 rush yards versus Buffalo, a TD that Week 4 game, comes in off an 81-yard outing versus Pittsburgh a week ago, has run for 60-plus rush yards in 3 straight.
There he goes. They go after Henry, and Lamar makes him pay.
Ravens' rush attack fuels their offense to the tune of 28 points in their wild card win, 5 straight now with 28-plus.
And bursts up the sideline. Lamar Jackson showing off the speed.
Lined up against a Buffalo defense that held Denver to 7 points, 2 for 9 on 3rd down.
3rd and 7 comes the blitz. Nix just unloads it, and it's incomplete.
That's 4 straight they've held their opponents under 24. Their secondary comes in off a strong venture, held Nix to 1 early TD, 144 yards, just 6.5 an attempt.
Pass intercepted. Damar Hamlin. He thinks he got it.
Cornerbacks Taron Johnson, Rasul Douglas, Christian Benford, safeties Damar Hamlin, Taylor Rapp. Rapp got tagged for the 43-yard touchdown they gave up. Now they try and slow Jackson, who remains en fuego with his arm too. 130-plus rate last week, 2 TDs, no picks, a 100-plus rate 6 straight games, 2-plus touchdowns thrown in 7 straight. Only 1 INT in that span.
Jackson fires, caught, touchdown. Rashad Bateman.
Does he get Zay Flowers back this week? Their number 1 pass catcher missed last week. Chance he gets back out there at least. Only 175 yards passing versus Pittsburgh. Only 1 guy with more than 50 yards. Mark Andrews, Nelson Aguilar, Rashad Bateman, Isaiah Likely, his options without Flowers. Likely led the team in their most recent win with 53 yards.
Jackson caught inside the 10 to the 5.
Gotta get to the line here.
Bateman pulled in a touchdown, has scored 6 of their last 9.
And Bateman steps up here early with Zay Flowers down.
Jackson, no more than 1 sack taken in his last 4 games. Protection has been good.
Look at the time he's got.
Buffalo's pass rush, middling sack total for the year. Greg Rousseau, 1 of 2 Knicks sacks. He's their most dangerous threat, but will be more preoccupied with keeping Lamar contained.
There's Nix. Russo coming on him and dropping him back at the 20-yard line. Greg Russo.
The pass rush Allen faces few more known bag men. Baltimore's defense comes in stingy, held the Steelers to 14 points, have now held their last 5 under 18.
3rd and 2, pass to the outside is caught, and does he get the first down? Let's see where they spot it.
Monster battle in the trenches on this side of things. Ravens, second most sacks in 2024. Allen, the hardest QB to drop in 2024. Ravens pass rush rolls in off a 4-bag shopping trip. Odafe Owe 1, Nnamdi Madubuike 2.
Wilson, down he goes at the 35-yard line. Madubuike again.
Kyle Van Noy looms as well, their 2024 sack leader. Ravens blitzed Wilson more than their season average, pressured him at a higher rate than their season average, and when they held Allen in check in week 4, sacked him 3 times.
Van Noy's got him, and he'll be credited for his 5th sack.
Allen, staring at a secondary that did give up a good stat line to Russell Wilson in their win, was sort of meaningless, but they weren't trying to give up 2 TDs without picking him off, weren't trying to give up 121 rate and 270 yards. Gave up 87 yards and a TD to George Pickens. Cornerback Brandon Stevens, the Waldo, he gave up a touchdown and 79 yards. Nate Wiggins gave up a touchdown, 48 yards, according to Next Gen Stats, people.
And he goes in for the touchdown.
Allen facing a secondary that overall put up so-so numbers for 2024, but Stevens, Wiggins, Marlon Humphrey, safety Kyle Hamilton have been playing better down the stretch. Quantify their wild card showing how you want. They're squabbling up with Amari Cooper, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid. Cooper and Coleman come off very quiet games. Knox 38 yards last week.
Down the field, he's got his target. It's Dawson Knox.
Kincaid comes in off a 47-yard outing.
And a deep ball, and reaching out, pulling it down is Kincaid.
Shakir, 61 yards, led the team in targets, usually does.
To Shakir again. Broncos are on him. Somehow, he's able to get out of that pinch.
And Samuel led them in their Denver win, 68 yards, usually a cameo-type character.
And then Samuel zigs and zags, slips through a tackle. He's taking it home.
And finally, another beef squatch matchup. James Cook versus Roquan Smith. Baltimore's defense, still almost impossible to run on, held the Steelers to 29 yards, 2.6 a run. Toughest D on backs in 2024.
And just getting out of the end zone at the last second.
Cook, league leader in rushing touchdowns with Henry at 16, 4.9 a run for the year, 5.2 last week, 120 yards and a score.
Gonna hand it off to Cook. Cook's got an opening. Cook fights. He's in for the touchdown.
Allen hasn't really shown out versus Jackson in their head-to-heads. Jackson has had a 100-plus rate twice versus Buffalo. Again, tied 2-2 overall, but Lamar down 1-0 in playoff meetings. 2020 Divisional, Bills beat the Ravens 17-3. Allen 1 touchdown, no picks. Lamar no touchdowns, 1 pick.
Intercepted! 2 yards deep in the end zone, intercepted by Taron Johnson. Gets a block at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Touchdown! Taron Johnson goes 102 yards.